Okay, so first up we have two Mega Drive games. Spider-Man is the better game. It's also the one that's missing the manual. Both in decent nick though, and both missing tabs. But I think that if you're a collector, surely you can get hold of replacement boxes. He was asking 7 each. I just asked to take Spider-Man for 6. He said no, but he'd do the 2 for 12, so. If Spider-Man was complete, and if it had the tab, I'd say it could fetch like 20. But as it is, it'd probably be more like 10. T2, I'd say a similar price, maybe a little bit less. But as it's complete, I'll aim for around 10. This was a really good find, because it was only 50p, and it's got Age of Empires 1 and 2, plus the expansion packs. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, I know this will be worth money. The only thing that put me off is like the disc. It just looks so shit that I was like, is it fake? But it's just one of those things, I'm like, surely it's not. Because the box isn't fake. It's probably just a shit disc. So for that, I'm sure I could get 10. Next up, we've got two 360 games. They're £1 a piece. Initially, I walked away because I was like, I'm not 100% sure. And because they weren't in mint nick, and also this one's missing a disc, I just wanted to double check. San Andreas is actually the better one. I've seen this sell for like 20. I'm gonna aim for like about 15. Like it's got some light scratches, but it should be fine. Be interested to play that actually. And then this one is really cool. So it's got Metal Gear 2, 3, and Peace Walker. But obviously I've only got disc 2, so I've only got Peace Walker, but it's worth picking up anyway, I think. And complete, like you'd be looking at like 10, 15, but as it is, I'll probably just aim for like a £5. This is a little bit of a mistake because I looked these up because recently I saw someone mention, I think it was an Olympus compact. So I looked this up and I saw some sold listings for a compact with like a 2.8 aperture lens, which I thought this one was, but it's not, it's 3.5. So it's not as good, but it's still not bad to be fair. Like I only paid £1 for it. I wasn't gonna pay any more than that. Hopefully I'll get a tenner. But like I can't really say if it works or anything because it hasn't even got a battery in it, but I'm guessing that's fairly standard for these kind of cameras. You know, their batteries are going to be all burnt out, so people are going to have to replace them. But anyone who's interested in camera stuff, basically, when you're looking at the lenses, in terms of the aperture or the f-stop, the lower the number, the better. So for example, if you see a lens with a 1.8 aperture, that's very good because it's very low. Whereas this one's 3.5, so it is a little bit higher. It basically just means the amount of light that the camera can let in. So the lower numbers are the more expensive lenses because they can let in more light, they have wider apertures. I did have some quite random purchases today, and like this was another one. This is a microphone. I always open that the wrong way. This is a microphone, it's Sony, so obviously whenever you see something that's Sony, it always is of interest. Don't know a great deal about it. It's a dynamic microphone. It looks very vintage. And he said £1, so I was like, yeah. And these sell for like 10 to 15, so I'm gonna say I'll get 10. The only thing is I can't really test it unless I go to the effort to, but I probably won't. This was another camera I picked up. I used to have a VHS-C camera, so I am familiar with the format. And like it looks like it's in good condition, still got the lens cap, it's got the battery, like it does power on. I just thought I'll see if there's a tape in, like it doesn't look like there is. There you go. I don't know if you can see in there, but it works. Obviously I'd have to try it with a tape to see if it records okay, to fully test it. Which I might do because I have got some old tapes and things. I've actually got some sealed ones for sale, if anyone's interested. Yeah, this also came with a battery charger, which was like a really good sign, because obviously if it didn't, it'd be like, that sucks. I went away, like looked it up, was seeing like, you know, sold for like 30, 35. I was like, yeah, I thought it would be decent. And I'd be surprised if this didn't work. It just looks in really good condition. So yeah, I'm gonna aim for like, I'll just say 30. Boom. These were a pretty good buy. Monumental actually put me onto these because I usually wouldn't have really looked at them. But she said 50p each. I just said take £1 for the 3. She said yeah. So obviously they're all sealed, VHS, and I think I'll get a tenner for them. It's nice to see these at the boot, 2 laser discs. There was a few more he had, but these were the 2 ones that were sealed. The other ones were like the likes of Braveheart, Broken Arrow. Like Braveheart was probably the best. There was none that I thought like that's very much collectible, like a Tarantino film or something like that. So yeah, I got these basically because they're sealed. The guy at DVD Megastore, I know he rates these and he knows that like people collect them, so if you can find the right buyer, I'm sure you can do okay on them. Like, they're not worth loads, to be honest, especially if I just sell them on eBay. In terms of the films, like, Nutty Professor was never a big fan. It's alright. Then Jumanji, I like. It's a cool film. I haven't seen it in a long, long time. Obviously, Robin Williams is in it, and he is now a legend. But, yeah, so for these 2, like, I'll probably aim for like a $5 each. This is a Nintendo DSi. Originally when they put it down, I actually thought it was a 3DS, but obviously when I opened it up, I was like, oh, it's a DSi. I didn't even realise it had a game in it, but it's only Professor Layton, so it's not a good game in terms of value. Comes with a charger though, so that was good. I asked how much it was. They said £4, so I was like, yeah, boom, it's got to be worth £4. And I think if I sell it with the charger, I'll probably get 20, which is pretty good. As for the game, I'll probably get £2 for that on its own. Next up, I've got a PS1. This came with a memory card, which is a really cool colour, analog controller, which was a big selling point for me, and also a regular controller, but that's got damaged there. She was asking a tenner, and I offered her 7, and she said yeah. When I sell the console, I'll probably just sell it with the standard controller, and then the analog controller is something I'm after because I bought a boxed PS1 recently, which is the analog version. So I'm going to add this to that and then sell that. I should get decent money for that because it's in decent boxed condition. And then the memory card is really cool. I actually bought a PS1 memory card recently, but I'll probably just sell this on. For the memory card, I could probably get like 5. And then the console with the controller, and it comes with the wires, I'll probably get like damaged controller, like I'll just aim for 20, might be more. It's always difficult to say because you look at sold listings and they're always like with games and stuff like that, so I need to test it first. Actually, and inside as well, there's also Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Disc is actually pretty good for a game that's been left inside a console, but yeah, I mean Tony Hawk's is, you know, pretty decent in terms of value. So like for the disc only, I'll probably get like £3 or £4 something. This is a Playmobil car. I just saw a lady selling like a box full of Playmobil bits and bobs, so I asked, thinking if she said like, oh, it's £2 for the box. She was like, the car's £1 and like the other figures are 50p each. So I was like, oh, I'll just get the car because it's like quite big. Nice condition, not worth loads. Like I've had Playmobil stuff before and like some of it's decent. I had like a rubbish truck and that was quite nice. I'm pretty sure I got like 10, 15 for that, but this is not going to be that kind of price. This is going to be like 4. And then last up this week is this random purchase. I just saw this and was like, it took my eye. Looked on the bottom and was like, it's Tiger Electronics, which is a brand I'm familiar with, and 2005, so it's from a little while ago. It's fairly lifelike and it does make sounds as well. Like, I don't know why it's not now, but it does make sounds. It just looked like it'd be worth a few bob. She said like, how much do you want to pay for it? So I was like, £3? And she was like, yep. So I was like, okay, boom. Yeah, I'm looking them up. I think originally they came with like a banana that it holds. So it's not complete, but it is in good condition. I think just as it is now, like, I'll be able to get a tenner for it. Maybe a little bit more.